What's going on, everybody? Matt here, bringing you guys another video this week. I just want to give an update video on belts because I've had a lot of questions as to what I can do, what I can't do, customization options, things like that. And so I just want to jump in and kind of show you guys a little bit of what can be done, because everything can be customized. None of this has to be set in stone. This is a custom network logo strap that I've got going on right now. This, of course, can be the bars that are used in the on the replica straps, but for this belt here, this belt actually being custom from like everything, none of this will be WWE related at all, which is one of the reasons why I left out the WWE logos on this. These are going to be special made, so I went ahead and did these special to kind of fit the theme of the belt. So again, it can be the sidebars if necessary. Of course, most belts will just be straps. They won't be like full replacements. Like I won't have to replace these or the tips or the whatever. So the straps themselves can actually be done however you want them to be done. This one doesn't have a backing or anything on it yet, just because the plates aren't set. Once the plates and stuff are set, which of course are being made, because they're actually being made out of steel plate, and I'm layering everything together, like I said, making everything custom for like this specific belt. But of course I have the replica strap to base everything off of, tooling and everything. Like over here, this is a bigger version of the stuff down here, but you have this, which of course is the same tooling as the replica strap, and of course can be done however. So you got your little box designs here, you got your little shaders in there. Of course, snap boxes and things like that can be done custom too. They can be different colors, they can be the same color as the belt, pretty much whatever you want to do. Then of course you got the camouflage tooling, which these are machine printed and sewn together, which is awful, but you got the same sort of camouflage tooling. It is a smaller tooling, but it's the exact scale of the ones on the TV belts, so that's what I go with, because this here, like I said, is machine stamped and sewn together. It's also several pieces of like a like foam vinyl stuff as well. These aren't real leather. There actually only is 2 series that they sell that are real leather, and they're $600 and $800, I think. Don't quote me on that because I don't know. But yeah, they're crazy expensive, and they're still not even real leather. They are layered leather, which is something I'm not a big fan of, because as the belt begins to break down, the layers start to separate, and it gets you right back to where you were with all the like the unnecessary breaking on the edges. Replicas have a really bad habit of cracking. I actually have the strap for the little Winged Eagle belt, and this is the, yeah, here it is. I was looking for the corner. This is what the replica belts do. If we can get like a focus job on there, you kind of see maybe what's going on here. Come on, see? You saw it for like a split second that, yeah, the materials just come apart and it just becomes really gross. And no, like I said, other than the two big price belts and like the old school deluxe and ultra deluxe belts, those are the only belts that are leather, but they're not truly leather. I mean, they are, I don't know, I don't want to say they're not truly leather, because they are made out of leather, but like I said, they're made out of layered leather, and that's still no good. The belts will feel a lot more realistic, but as far as performing a lot more realistic, they won't. You'll just have a bunch of pieces of just mangled leather and broken side, because they also put like a plastic, like a wax plastic on the edges of these, and it causes those break immediately, usually after like the first or second like fold. So all the way around, leather's just better, and of course the thickness is very similar. It's a little off It's just a little off, but the backing has also not been put on this either. So that's a huge change. I can also do these. The inlays for the big logo and women's championship belts that are current. Of course, you can see there that everything fits in really nice. These can be customized for whatever you want, because I can actually draw out the design and tool the leather the way that it needs to be. So if you want flags, if you want like business designs or something, whatever, I don't know. I mean, of course, the big logo is going to be over top of this, so I wouldn't probably put like pictures or anything behind it. But yeah, these can be customized too. This is actually just from the logo, or the replica belt itself. I just pulled it off because I needed measurements for plates and stuff that I'm setting up for this belt. So this can be customized. Of course, the leather belts and things can be colored whatever color you can think of. They can be tooled however you want them to be tooled. The backing can be, suede. It can be like standard slick backing, like on the earlier videos of belts, the tag belts that I did not too long ago. And yeah, this is it's something that I really, really, really want to get into, and it's starting to take off. We've got this one here, and I even started working on this bad boy under here. So, but I want to keep going. I want to keep doing more things. I also have these aren't just the only belts that I have, of course. I've got the big gold NWA Globe, the WWE Oval Intercontinental, the ECW 2007 version, and the Attitude Era, WWE Attitude Era replica with I think it has the logo plate on it, but I can't remember. I've got a picture on Instagram that I'll put up right now of all the belts that I own or own straps for. So those are all belts that I can do send out straps, which of course would just be like a standard strap with the backing put on it, snaps and everything put in, but all the holes would go through all the way to where you can put your replica belt to the strap once it's shipped to you. And right now I'm doing those for $200, give or take, depending on shipping and stuff. Or if you're overseas, you can pretty much guarantee there's going to be an additional $25 put on it. But yeah, any of the belts that I have, those can be done for that price. If there's something else you want me to do, we can just message me here or Instagram or wherever. And yeah, we can get you fixed up. So basically, my whole thing is just I want to start doing belts more. And really the only way to do it is to just put it out there that I'm doing it. And hopefully more people will jump to the rescue for me, so I can re-leather their belts. Also, tips and stuff are available as well. If a belt doesn't have a tip on it that you want, I can buy the tips. Or if you're missing screws, I can replace screws. And then of course, with this one, I plated these plates myself. These were actually really awful. They were the bronze or the copper and other materials, because these are actually an alloy, so there's 2 or 3, I don't even know what to call it. It's just a big mixture of metals that are put in there. It's really cheap, and that's why they use the alloy, but I plated these myself. They were very pink. There was a lot of gold plating left over from the original plating that the replica was set with. So I took all that off, polished them down really well, and plated every one of these myself. So brought them back to life, made the belt a little bit more unique. And then of course the blue strap was just a custom option. It wasn't anything that wasn't out of the ordinary. Like I said, straps can be painted any color you want. And then of course you got the small detail of the snap box here, which it being different colors. The tooling is not very deep on the snap boxes, which I am not a huge fan of, but that's that can be different too, because it is a little bit deeper over here on this side. So, but yeah, that can be all dependent as well. Like if you want really deep cuts or really deep stamps, that can be done. No big deal. This one is still in the works, as I've got some snaps on order to finish this. Put the backing on it, of course covering all of the screws from the way that it needs to be done. Got a screw here. That's fine. I got a cup full of these screws, so that's no big deal. And then of course the flexibility of the straps being raw leather is pretty nice. Which this of course is a smaller belt, so the weight of the plates and snaps is not as heavy as the bigger replicas would be. So the straps are actually, this strap here is actually as thick as the big replicas is. So the breakdown of the strap will be a lot less, and the strap will it'll last a lot longer. Which is the whole point in releathering, is you want the strap to be realistic and feel really nice. Of course, it's still floppy, it's still flexible. You don't have to worry about it being very rigid or anything like that. But yeah, that just kind of shows you sort of how everything goes together. Like I said, tips can be added, pretty simple. And of course, there's the tooling around the tip. As you can tell, I've been painting a lot of blue belts recently. But yeah, and I actually I'll do a full review on this belt once it's finished, but I just wanted to show the fact that I did quite a bit of tooling around the logo plate itself, just to raise it up off the leather. Regular camouflage stamping here. This belt, of course, is an old school belt, so I didn't want to do too much to it that was out of the ordinary, and the replica strap had no tooling on it. So I wanted to give it a little something without taking away of, you know, what it is and everything. So, but with the custom nickel plating, the flat colored paints or matte colored paints in the details, and then of course, you know, just silver everything. I wanted this belt to be unique but still a little old school, so we just kind of left everything the way that it was. And yeah, so I'll kind of keep everything short. This is a little bit longer of a video, but it's more of like a, you know, public service announcement, I guess. I don't know, things that I'm doing, things that I want to do, and yeah, I wanted you guys to be included. So if you have a belt that you want re-leathered, replated, I can even do, which I haven't started yet, but I'm getting ready to be able to restone belts as well. So re-leathering's for now. Replating's depending on what you want, how bad of shape the plates are in, and that should be about it. Straps can be any color again. Different tooling for whatever you want. If you, like I said, if you want custom tooling, you want the whole strap to be, you know, whatever. With even these belts, I've had a couple of people ask if I can do two-tone belts. I can. I'd even thought about doing it to this one, but decided against it just because this blue's just really nice and I didn't want to mess it up or have to go back and redo it. But I can even cut like the blue off here and do this part of the belt a different color, or, you know, whatever. I can do like the inside a different color and just base it around these, and then have the whole entire belt trimmed in something else. Like, the options are endless. So yeah, like I said, just message me on Instagram or here and we'll get you a belt set up, and I'll go ahead and do pricing with you, of course, through the messages, just to make sure that there's not any sort of confusion as to why it costs this much, or you know, shipping, all that stuff, and then of course time that it would take for me to make the strap or re-leather the whole belt, and then ship it back to you. Because of course I can do the straps like I'm doing this one and go ahead and put the plates on and then put the backing on, more TV accurate. Costs a little more because of course I have to ship the whole belt back to you, and shipping these things is not cheap. But yeah, I'll work with you just so I can do it and say I did it and have more stuff for the catalog to show things that I've done. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it was a long video, and I know basically I just talked through the whole thing and basically told you the exact same thing constantly over and over again. But this is just a big thing that I want to start doing more of. I've started a bunch, and you know, I mean, I do a bunch of videos of re-leathering, But these later videos are showing like the differences in tooling that I've done. The more intricate cuts, the better designs. Like I've got everything down now to where I can pretty much do everything TV accurate that needs to be done. So yeah, catch my breath here for a minute. And all links to social medias and stuff will be linked in the description below. If you like the video, give it a like, subscribe, all that fun, fancy stuff. And we'll see you guys in the next one.